tweet. Spreading the links like the coronavirus. Is that too topical? I'm sorry.
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's what we do. We're topical. If anything, we should also be offensive.
Ronnie, go home.
But I am home.
You grew up there, that's not where you live.
Where do I live, Heather?
In my heart.
Okay, that makes sense, I get. Battleship Badging Core says, hey, he's gonna get banned like that. New Controller says, hey-oh! And Emperor Grogar says, greetings.
Yo, fam, what is up? And I've posted it everywhere that it ever will need to be posted forever. So I guess Brandon's running late. But that's okay. We'll wait. It won't start until he gets here.
I don't know. I think we should get going. Battleship acknowledges that first is the stupidest commentator, and Megan says, I'm back!
That's not all she said. Say the rest of it!
No.
Do it!
No.
Do it!
No.
Why not?
I don't like swearing, Heather.
You live on a throne of lies.
It feels classless.
Ronnie, look who you're dating. This ain't about class. It's about ass.
Sure. Let's see here. Megan says, guess what? I'm not looped with any energy drinks and melatonin. Hey, that's a step in the right direction. Keep it up. So, how are we doing on progress today, Heather? It looks like you got a pretty nasty knot you're fighting there.
Yeah, it looks like this. I don't remember this not being here last week, but yeah. Actually, Sweetie was getting it out. But we're working on the head for Twilight Sparkle from the official My Little Pony crochet kit. And I think you all remember we finished Rainbow Dash a while back, and that's going to be a gift for Sweetie to give. And we're making this Twilight Sparkle, and I think we're undecided with what we're doing with this, but I was going to give it to Sweetie anyway to give to whoever she wants.
Oh, forgot to turn the notifications off on my phone. Just do that.
I never turn them off. Anyways, I did my nails today. They're hot pink and black.
Good.
They look good.
It's a very gothic sort of look.
It's like girly goth, which isn't like real goth or anything. I've been watching a lot of South Park, mainly because I'm playing one of the South Park video games right now, the second one. And I don't know, I just feel like I wanted to see more characters because it was fun.
Alright, so let's see what the chat's saying here. Battleship Badger wants me to swear, not gonna happen.
Do it.
New Controller wants to know when things have ever been classy.
Exactly. I'm wearing a wife beater with peace signs on it.
Yep. And let's see what else we got here.
I'm gonna drink some booze. Yeah, all the class. Don't look down my shirt, chat!
Well, have to wear a better shirt if you don't want people.
I was saying that for your sake. I don't care, but you care.
Filmer Brony says, I can barely hear your guys' voices, and I'm not sure what's up.
Let me see.
That.
It's probably because the microphone's all the way up here.
Might be. You might need to move it a little closer. I can hear you fine, but...
I'm gonna put it on the floor.
Alright. Let's see here. Clayton says I'm here.
Oh, I think I see in the chat that someone's saying the fan is the problem. But God, I don't want to turn that off. We're in the triple digits in Arizona. You want me to die?
Yep.
I will die.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that.
It's just this room. It's just my life.
Bucket wants to know if we were surprised by Everfree Northwest being canceled.
Not surprised. Just like, oh, well. We're going to plan something different for that weekend, so we're still going to use our plane tickets. So look for that on my Twitter. I mean, it's it's not an event, but you can see how much awesomer my life is.
Yep. And yeah, we did talk about, I think last week, what our plans were.
Yep, I guess we're meeting each other for each other's birthdays.
Yep.
Isn't that
And
cute?
It's great. I can't wait. Some of your birthday presents have already started to come in the mail.
I feel bad. I'm still doing research on. Well, actually, I know what I'm getting you. I just haven't ordered them yet.
It should be a big fat nothing. It should be your
My big fat ass?
As in you being physically around me. And even that is asking a lot given the distance.
Well, too damn bad. I'm gonna bake you something and I'm gonna get you something. Because that's what I do.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Did anybody watch Silver? I'm assuming Silver Quill and Ink, and I'm assuming Ink Rose last night. Okay, yeah, I have no idea.
I did not.
No.
You're gonna have to ask Sweetie that. Sweetie's the one that keeps up on everyone else's live streams. I don't watch anybody else's live streams. Not even Bronny's. Not even my own.
Yeah, and I was live streaming myself, and mine is the more important live stream.
God, I
Let's
love
see
being
here.
an adult.
Yeah, Buckin is also saying to turn off the fan because he can barely hear you over it. I don't think there's any way to fix that, Heather, other than putting the microphone on a chair and moving it way close to you.
It's on the floor right beneath me. You know, maybe is this thing using my laptop audio or my Yeti audio? Let's see.
That's a good thing to check.
I'm checking it right now.
Let's see here. Megan says it's hot as balls on cement out there. Yeah, well, I suppose that's an apt comparison.
No, that wasn't it. No, lock on you on high. Copy features for the affiliate properties. Yeah, it should be getting it from my Yeti microphone.
Make sure, did you check that on Discord or did you check that on OBS?
OBS. Because OBS is what they're going to be hearing.
Okay. New controller wants to know where Sweetie Bloom is.
Oh, she went to the store. I told her not to rush back. I hate it when people have to rush. I hate rushing myself. That's why I wake up so early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say anything.
Coon!
Cool.
It's the
I don't
Coon,
know.
guys.
Yeah, how you doing, Coon?
There we go. Now I hear you guys. My Discord keeps doing something weird where it just like everything.
Yeah, that happens. You know, technology.
Technology. Yep.
So, how's it going?
By the way, Heather, there's a very loud.
It's
in
this
your-
fan in the background that I need to keep on to live.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Arizona, and what's even the temperature right now? Where the fuck's my phone? Bronny, why'd you take my phone?
Because it was a distraction and you should be crocheting.
Yeah, crochet your stuff. It's better. It's called crochet in chaos, not texting in chaos.
It's the chaotic parts.
How hot is it over where you're at? Because over here it's like mid-70s.
It's 98 degrees right now, but our high today is 102.
Holy
I was
shit.
I was driving
guess
the other day and it was like 111 degrees.
Yeah, but it's a dry heat, though.
Yeah.
Does that
is
make it
true.
better somehow? Heat is heat.
No, it doesn't. And I don't know why people say it.
It's because the difference is when you're in a freaking humid heat, and I've been in humid heat, it's how you're
You see,
baking in humid heat.
I live in humidity, and I can't tell the difference. I don't even see that much of a difference between them.
I can tell a difference completely.
The
Here
sun's
in
out and
California,
it's
or even just the desert area, it's very dry. Like you can walk and it's fine, but then with a wet heat, like a humid heat, you sweat quicker and like everything gets all like watery in places you don't want it to be watery.
I guess that's not a big deal for me because I'll sweat lifting a spoon to my mouth anyway. so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've had my experience in both weathers, and I know the difference.
Actually, I lied. Now that I think about it, I think I would prefer the humidity, because in the humidity, I don't feel like I'm dehydrating so fast.
That is true. You don't feel your skin dying too. Like,
yeah, when I was out walking around in Arizona, like that actually felt oppressive. And like I could feel my throat drying out as I was walking. And maybe it's just because I'm not acclimated to such a climate. But that's what it felt like. Like Heather and Sweetie and I just did a lap around the park that's right next to their apartment complex. And yeah, halfway through that I was like, oh my god, dry throat.
Couldn't tell. He was too busy swinging me so high on the swing he wanted to launch me into space.
You were like, hey, send me higher, and I said, okay, and I sent you higher, and you were like, no, wait, too high!
And then you wouldn't stop!
I forgot I get queasy!
And you wouldn't stop! You kept pushing me!
As soon as you vocalized, I want to slow down, or I'm getting queasy. You said something, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" And I slowed it down as soon as you said.
Yeah, you kept pushing. I was like, "Man, he's gonna send me over the fucking swing." And
I'm like, not 360. I was not gonna do that, Heather.
I'm pretty sure you were. You don't know your own strength.
There are days where I don't know my own strength, but in that moment, I knew exactly what I was doing.
And what you did was terrible.
I want to see that. That sounds hilarious. Just
there's a video of it on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't catch it, sadly.
You'd have to scroll back through Heather's Twitter by like a year, though.
No, thank you. Heather, out of anyone I follow on Twitter, Heather's always comes up, so I'm not going to try. I know it's going to take forever.
I retweet too often.
You don't tweet too often?
No, I retweet.
And then
that's what I said. I retweet very often because there's just stuff that needs to be seen.
No, yeah, I get that. I mean, most of my tweets are retweets too. So
I try to post an original tweet every now and again, but those don't get as much traction.
It's always the retweets, right?
Yeah.
All right,
or
so
selfies.
We got some chat here.
When I take a selfie, people love it.
New controller says, I only just turned 31 on the 18th of June. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Birthday!
Heather, it's time to make a pledge for this person. Do it now.
Ah, shit. What? Fuck?
Giving chaos right there. Done.
I'm gonna sing for you. Happy birthday to you.
That was disgusting. Sweetie, get in here.
Okay.
Sweetie's back from the store.
Yeah. Just in time to help Clayton figure out what's going on. He says, I'm trying to draw my characters in the life moment, and he's drawing a blank.
Sounds like he needs a Google inspiration. That's what I do.
How's it going, sweetie?
It's going alright, yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Let's see here. Megan says it's in the 80s here, and I hate it. I want the rain and a hurricane. Well, she sounds like a southerner.
I would love rain.
I
What
would
is
be a
rain?
river.
She's making poetry. Rain and hurricane. Those rhyme pretty well.
Dude, guys, you know what I want to experience? A tornado.
What?
Why, though?
Because it would seem like a very thrilling situation. You're just driving along. Ah, shit.
You're not thirsty or hungry. I know your ass.
Come here.
Huh?
Either
We're
come
talking
here
to
or
the
shut up,
cat.
knife. One of the two.
It's the cat. She keeps meowing and looking around and be like, I want to go in the room, but I want to complain about it first. And then I'm going to cautiously come in the room and meow the whole way.
She wants to come in the room, but Sweetie's here.
Basically.
Wait, Ronnie, are you over there as well?
No. He just knows this cat very well.
Alright, let's see here. Big Hornet says, hello everyone, it's currently almost winter in the southern hemisphere, so right now the temperature is perfect.
Yeah. Anthony's been... He doesn't mean to brag, but he's like, oh yes, it's nice and cool up here. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, you want to switch?
Whatever.
Of course, I would do the same during our winter. I'm like, oh, it's a lovely temperature today, and he's sitting there boiling, going, shut up.
I want to live in an icebox.
Well, there are many places that feel like an icebox. Move to Alaska. Advertising.
Let's do it. Let's move to Alaska. Negative 60-degree weather. Or something.
There you go.
Always a snow
Sounds
day.
Mm-hmm.
They got a period of time in Alaska where the sun doesn't set for a while.
Yeah, I think
It's midnight sun madness. It's during the summer.
Right now.
Yeah, during the summer, and then you get midnight sun madness.
During the winter. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
just imagine
I mean, I
being
heard
up
of
in
it.
Alaska
I don't
during
know
winter.
that term.
Just
That
non-stop.
midnight summer
Night.
madness.
Midnight
I've seen a
sun
time
madness
lapse
means
of it.
when the sun is out literally at midnight. It's out all day. It never sets. And it
It's
drives you a
like,
little
oh
local.
man, time to sleep. Why isn't the sun out? Because it's Alaska. It's 1 a.m. Welcome to 1 a.m. Alaska.
Well, that's
Sokka
why they
mentions it in
buy,
Avatar.
like,
It's
the
one
really
of his
expensive
first lines.
curtains up there.
God,
Yeah.
it's been a while since I rewatched the series. There's so much I don't remember. Because everyone's seen it on Netflix, they're tweeting everything about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember that.
I love Avatar.
I've seen a time-lapse video of the sun in Alaska during the summer, and yeah, it would span like 3 days of just the sun going in a big circle in the sky.
Usually,
Yeah.
actually,
Oh, God.
around this time of year, it's the summer solstice, so that would be what's going on right now.
It's gonna be fun to look
That'll
at.
be fun. I want to go check that out. You know, I should
Oh, hell
I should
no, I
book
wouldn't
a
wanna
trip
do
to
that.
Alaska.
Freaks you out?
It freaks me out. I like my night.
I mean, I work at
but I
night. I totally
really-
get it.
I really want to see the Northern Lights. It's like top of my bucket list.
Aurora Borealis?
The
Mhm.
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis. Yeah,
Those
great.
those do sound
Aurora
gorgeous.
Borealis.
I've seen countless videos and pictures and stuff, but I want to see them my own self.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Top of the bucket list. The instant I get you have such and such time to live, sweet, I'm taking a trip to Alaska.
Mine is way more materialistic. I want to go to the different Disneylands around the world.
I've been to both of them in America, and I went to Euro Disneyland. Haven't been to neither.
Yeah, I really want to go
I
to
wanna
the French
go to
Haunted
Europe.
Mansion. They call it Phantom Manor.
It's pretty cool.
That looks pretty freaking
The
cool.
the ones that the rides I found the most interesting in France were the ones that I recognized in English. Like for instance, they probably may have updated it by now, but when I went, we went to Star Tours, and it was back the old Star Tours, not the new updated. Like we've updated it in America. I don't know if they've updated it in France. Blah, blah, blah. But
it is in French.
It is in French, and that's what was funny, is my sister and I thought that was a blast because we'd gone on Star Tours so often, we'd memorized the dialogue in English. And so watching it in French was really fun, and especially for my sister who took high school French. And so she's giggling. I'm like, what? And she's like, he just said it was his first time. You know, and she's just loving all the stuff she can pick up that she remembers from the dialogue, and it's great. Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Let's see here. Battleship wants me to read Worst Princess on fanfiction.net, and I've got that tabbed, and it actually looks kind of funny, so I'll check that out later. Hello, who just joined?
It'd be me.
Hey, Brandon, how's it going?
Where you work?
Work was work. Was
That's-
also really bad.
I thought that just
geez,
went
you
without
wanna talk about
saying.
it?
When work is work.
Sorry.
is bad.
Hold on, wait, hold on, sorry, one at a time. Bronny, you go first.
I said you want to talk about it?
Probably after. Okay, Heather, a second.
I was saying that probably goes without saying. When you say work is work, it's pretty bad.
And, was there someone else that spoke?
Yeah.
No, important.
I am the only important one. Oh, so that's how I'm getting those little dinks in my toenail polish. I keep going like this.
Oh.
Can't help it. My toes are tense.
But now, what's been going on this show? What have I missed?
We were actually talking about
we're
bucket
just
lists
trying
a little
to
bit.
get through the chat and answer questions.
But we did talk a little bit about bucket lists. Like, Sweetie's bucket list was to see the Aurora Borealis, and I was talking about how I'd want to go to every Disneyland or something. What about you, Brandon?
Oh, jeez, my bucket list. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to do.
On my bucket list is the tornado. Just letting you guys.
The tornado
That's on my
thing.
The
Yeah,
tornado
go
thing, like the
chase a-
machine.
He wants to.
tornado
Chase a
chasing.
massive tornado in Oklahoma.
Oh, that sounds cool. I'd go with you on that.
I don't know. It seems a little dangerous.
That's why it's cool.
I guess.
That and it's really like it's one of those things like it's dangerous and there's the thrill of that, but it's also like watching nature. It's really cool. It sounds really cool. I've never done it, but I love watching it.
Yeah. Like, have you guys ever watched Pecco's Hank? I recommend watching some of his videos. He makes beautiful videos on tornadoes.
Sweet. Ooh, also on my
I
bucket
guess,
list,
like-
break into somewhere. What? You're allowed to chase tornadoes, and I'm not allowed to break into
Because
something?
chasing tornadoes isn't illegal.
Well, here's. I was
Interesting.
just about to say
I mean, I
that
think there is
chasing
actually a
tornadoes
point.
isn't illegal.
It isn't.
I
And
just
there's a
want
lot
to
of
break
people
into
who do
somewhere
it.
abandoned.
It's only illegal at a certain point. Like I think if there's a tornado warning, and a lot of times, sometimes police can set up barricades where they know the tornado may be going, and if you pass that, then it's illegal. But the concept
Yeah.
in a whole is not illegal.
Like, it's
I
actually
just
interesting.
wanted-
It's
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just want to say I don't exactly. I feel like that would happen if it was enforced a lot more than I think it is. I don't exactly.
I don't think it's as enforced
Yeah,
as you
it's
think it
not.
is. Yeah.
And
Yeah, like, this is what I understand from watching Pecco's Hank. He says, like, usually there'll be like emergency vehicles that follow the tornado, because think about it, a house gets destroyed. Would you rather have to wait for emergency services, or have the emergency services literally follow the tornado to wherever a house is hit? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, that's pretty smart when you think about it.
I think it would probably be smart to. I hate to
Dude.
say it, kind of wait.
Not wait, like, I'll watch videos where police will just, like, wait right up behind the tornado, just as it goes along. And the cop will just be like, oh no, please turn around. And usually a guy will say, hey, I'm a tornado chaser. Oh, what do you do there? I have a bunch of these mechanic stuff that lets me know where the tornado is, where it's going, and so on. It's
If
like, oh,
you're
okay, then have
doing research, they'll usually let you go.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah,
thrill-seeking tornado chasing, they're going to be like, yeah, that's funny, go away.
Also, it's still an idiotic thing to do
It is.
because tornadoes change trajectory at a moment's notice.
That's why a
Like,
smart
yeah.
tornado chaser will stay far enough away where if it does change direction, they'll be able to change their own direction.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
saying that's what everybody
you also
does.
You also can't really control where the tornado's going. Like the tornado might be going
Yeah.
where there's no road to get, to get
Then at
either
that
close
point-
enough or even.
And
further
that's why
far
we
enough
have
away from
four-wheel
that.
drive.
I just
Yeah.
really can't imagine being whether it's an official working around the storm or being a tornado chaser. I can't imagine being that close to
You-
a big storm like
I
that.
think it'd be
You
great.
just have to.
It
You just
scares
have
me.
to, like, from what I've read up, you just have to understand how a supercell works. Like, from what I've heard, they talk about the bear's cage, and usually that's like if you see a wall of cloud coming down, it's just like, yeah, don't get yourself underneath that, because the tornado can fall out of that at any time or any point. If the clouds are green, there's gonna be fucking hail. Get the hell out. You get your windshield smashed up, and if the tornado happens to be staying in one spot, it's either moving away from you or towards you. Turn around, get away from it. It's not
Yeah.
worth the video, you know.
Yeah, usually
Especially
tornado
with the-
chasers are pretty smart. They're like, I mean, not all of them are trained meteorologists, but they usually know enough where they pretty much could be.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand specifically the motivation to just go near a tornado to get footage, because chances are the news has already gotten tons of that.
Actually,
I mean,
they get it from
literally,
you.
The news gets it from.
Yeah, they get it from the tornado chasers. The newscasters will buy it from the tornado chasers to put on their broadcasts.
And that's how they make money. That's
Yeah.
how tornado chasers make money and make a living.
I didn't know
And
that.
let me tell you, some tornado chasers, I mean, you heard about I think it's the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, the largest tornado ever recorded
tired.
in history.
Fair enough.
I think they said like 8 tornado chasers died, a lot of properties were destroyed, but oh my god, the footage. It's fucking terrifying.
So
I
many
shouldn't be
lives
cursing
lost.
a lot on your stream, I'm
Footage,
sorry.
footage,
I have to
though.
send you like $50 now, but yeah.
Yeah! Swear words.
But I realized
So,
that.
mhm.
Sorry, I accidentally moved the tab. Bucket list. I'd like to travel. Definitely like
yeah.
to see Europe
Go for
to
it.
some extent, and Australia. I'm kind of interested in Australia.
Same
Are you
here.
is there anything in particular you want to do in Europe and Australia? Because those are big places.
Sydney.
I mean,
Yeah, name 2 places in Australia, Bronny.
Sydney and Melbourne.
Okay, third.
Melbourne, Brisbane.
The only reason you know Melbourne is because you know a lot of people who live there. What's another place in Australia?
You got me?
Yeah, most people who go to Australia, if they're going for tourist reasons, are going to Sydney. I would go to Melbourne.
yeah,
The only reason I would go to Melbourne is because I'm stalking Anthony C. That'd be the main reason I'd go to Australia.
Is that on the bucket list? Just to stalk him?
Stalk Anthony
I
C.
was
Yeah,
gonna
hell
say
yeah.
That's what I wonder who I would stalk.
I'm trying to
I don't
remember
want
if
to do
it's
it with
the,
Danny Sexbank because he seems too sensitive.
Well, I say stalk.
Canberra?
Obviously, if I were to
Canberra.
knock on his door,
Canberra.
let me in.
Canberra. That's the capital, isn't it?
I
What?
think it is. I think it's Canberra.
What's the capital of where?
Australia.
Sydney, I'm
Canberra.
pretty sure.
No,
I
it's
thought
not
it was
Sydney.
Canberra.
That's the biggest city in Australia.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, Google, tell me your answers.
I've got like 5 Australians on
It's-
my Patreon,
It's Canberra.
and 4 of them live in Melbourne,
Canberra,
One
good
of
job.
and then one of them lives in Sydney. So
Yeah, most people I know from Australia live in Melbourne. It's like, I guess, the place to be.
I think
Melbourne's
most people
like-
who live in Australia live in Melbourne or Sydney.
It's Melbourne, Sydney, or Brisbane. It's
Brisbane, that's another one. I would have given you the point, Bronny, if you'd mentioned Brisbane.
Slipped my mind. I knew about it, but it slipped my mind.
If I'm correct, there are a couple of territories. The only ones I know of are.
Couple of territories, there are a lot. Australia is
Queensland.
huge, it's just that international people don't know much about it.
I think there's a.
There's
Yeah,
the-
I don't know anything. I'm just not
There's
the
sure. It's not
province
to check.
called-
I mean, it's sort of like how many people from out of the country know about, like, the northwest of America. Like, what do you know from...
Seattle. Everybody knows about Seattle.
Everyone knows Seattle, the Midwest. Not the
The
Northwest,
Midwest?
Oh yeah,
Midwest.
like all the center
people-
states like Kansas.
The center states, yeah, Kansas. What do you know from, like, if someone from out of the
Oh, wait,
country,
no.
what's in Kansas? Dorothy?
Yeah, they probably they know Kansas of Wizard of Oz. What they
Yeah.
probably don't know about
They
is
know
maybe
of
the
Kansas.
Dakotas.
They may know South Dakota because of the Mount Rushmore. But yes, they'll know of Kansas, but what's a place you can go as a tourist, as an international tourist in Kansas? Nowhere.
Kansas City, Kansas, which isn't
Which
even
no
in
one cares
Kansas.
about even in
It's
America,
not.
let
That's
alone
the best
outside of
part.
Forgot
America.
about it existing.
Right? There's a lot of empty space in the middle of the country as far as international tourism is concerned. It's everything on the east and then the things on the west.
It's funny what
Yeah.
would become like tourist, popular tourism because wasn't there a
most tourists
situation?
would probably go to Texas.
in-
That's what I would think when it comes to the Midwest. They'd be like, oh, yeah,
Midwest,
okay,
yes.
go
If you're going to the
for it.
Midwest, you may stop in Texas.
Though there
Yeah.
was a case I think I heard about in the UK. There was just a random city that became popular with like Japanese tourists or something.
Japanese tour. Oh, in the UK? Huh.
Yeah, like I might be forgetting which it was, or maybe Chinese. It happens to be that city was marketed to them as like a quaint little town, which they're not used to because they were city dwellers, and so
The entirety of England, except for London, is a quaint little town.
Yeah, so they decided. I don't know. I guess they just landed on
Just
that part.
landed on-
They were walking around with cameras taking pictures of people's house, being like, "Oh, this is so nice."
That is, I mean, that's a nice thing to do in England. Not a
I
lot
could
of
just
people do
think
that.
about being a citizen, a resident living in that part, and just like, why the hell are
Yeah, that's why it made news because
Wow.
residents were like, "What? What are they? Why is this interesting?
Why, yeah.
What?"
Whereas people from England
Listen-
love Florida, and I don't know why.
Li-
Gators and
Listen,
crazy
I gotta
Americans.
It's
I
just
gotta
a
tell you
vastly
guys a
different from the
story.
weather they're used to.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
Chinese and Japanese tourists, from what I have observed, are crazy
Mhm.
when it comes to photography.
Oh, photography.
Okay,
Yeah,
I hope
well,
that wasn't the singular statement.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me, photography, that's the stereotype, yes.
You're crazy
they-
for
They
photography.
will show up with the best cameras, and not only do they show up with the best cameras, but they have no hand strap, no neck strap, no holster. They're just holding on to the camera. And I'll never forget the last time we went to Letchworth Park up in New York. It's a family tradition of mine. That they go to Letchworth Park every year, and there was a Asian, I'm assuming family, and they were taking a picture. Now there's a waterfall there with a really nice stone barrier so that you don't go into the freaking river. And these guys were like hanging onto each other in a human chain. Lean over on the other side of the barrier and just leaning over the cliffside to get this picture. And I'm like, are we going to allow this?
Sure, why not?
There's actually policies put in place because of that stuff. Because Chinese people were found to, or Japanese as well, would be found to go, like, people get hurt doing that stuff. So like they talk about like how, like I remember going to Yellowstone. They have a lot of Asian people like to go there, but like they're told to never to step off the paths and whatever because you can actually get killed by a geyser or like hot steam, you know.
I wish I was
Yeah.
wearing my shirt from Ireland. I got it at Cliffs of Moher, and there are these warning signs I found hilarious, and was very happy to find that they were selling shirts of the warning signs in the souvenir shop, and I got one. And it's a picture of this guy falling off a cliff, basically, with a big like circle and a line through it. And I just like, don't fall off a cliff is what it looked like the warning sign said.
That's a great shirt.
It's like, don't fall off the cliff, Cliffs of Moher.
It's like, what else are we gonna say? Don't fall off.
just don't do it.
Don't.
I'll actually
Gosh,
go get the picture or the shirt. I'll show you.
My biggest worry is that someone's going to take that as a challenge.
Challenge accepted. Jump.
Well, that's the moment where I'll go, hey, natural selection.
I don't know why you're like worried about that. You know that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
There
I
it is.
guess
There it is. Don't fall
general.
off the
Don't
cliff.
fall off the cliffs.
But yeah, guys, if you ever go to Yellowstone, I recommend it. It's beautiful.
Oh, I love Yellowstone. I haven't been there in 15 years.
I haven't been at all.
I did a road trip from
No, over
freaking
20 years.
Seattle
Oh,
back
God.
down to California, like going all the way out to Yellowstone and back. It was, I gotta tell you, Western U.S. is beautiful.
I agree.
I don't know what it's like in the Midwest. I mean, I've been to the East Coast, to Baltimore. That's about it.
I've been on the borders
the
of this
Midwest?
country. Haven't really been in the center.
Utah is the centristest place I've been. Their culinary diversity leaves much to be desired.
You don't want to be in
Utah,
the center.
I mean, aren't they like religious, like Mormon? I mean, I've been to Utah. It's nothing to write home about.
Oh yeah, sure.
Unless, except for the southern part, they're beautiful in the south. Anyways, go ahead.
The center of the country and the Midwest is just flat and corn, and that's it. So that's it. But last year when I went over to Arizona and we took that road trip to California, I just couldn't stop freaking staring at the mountains.
It's beautiful
Like
going
that.
through the mountains.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
Let me.
I don't know. Maybe it's mundane. Maybe it's mundane to these girls here because.
No,
they
it's
grew up in it.
beautiful. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm used to it, especially now that they're all on fire. But you know,
Oh yeah, have we told you guys that our mountains are on fire right now?
Mount Lemmon is entirely
yeah.
evacuated because it's on fire.
Yeah, I can see the smoke from work. I'm just like,
I can see it from here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually it's interesting coming from like northwest to southwest. If you like, I noticed Utah seems to be like a transition between trees and mountains to desert mountains and valley floors of like, you know, think what do you call it? What do you call that canyon? Grand Canyon. Think Grand Canyon style Utah to Arizona. It's mwah.
Yeah. All that stuff. We've got a lot of that over here. Though going to Utah, I will say, living in California, you think you know what mountains are, and then I went to Utah, and I'm like, dear Lord, that's what a mountain is. And I sort of had the same thing when Silver came to California. I was giving him a tour. I'm like, look, these are the Santa Monica Mountains, and he just looks at me and goes, cute. It's like, you know what we call those in Colorado? Speed bumps. Like, okay, shut up. This is what we got.
Have you guys ever been to the Sierra Nevadas? You know, like where Yosemite, Sierra National, and all that.
When I was a
Colorado,
wee type.
areas.
I don't remember.
When I was very, very young.
The only place in Nevada I've been is Vegas.
Funny to say, last time I did that with my friends. Well, first time I did it, we were driving up California was hit with I think the biggest fire season in history. So on the way back down, it's just smoke.
The smoke got bad enough over here. I was smelling it.
The second time up there, I didn't realize it, but we actually passed through the Half Dome Valley, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't even know that. Even though I was kind of sketched out that I was running out of gas, but the gas is beautiful.
Yep.
We're in a beautiful
So
country.
let's see. How's your progress coming along, Heather?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're just still working on that head, and round by round.
What are you
Nice.
making? Is it still the same thing? Or is it
Yeah, we finished Rainbow Dash a while ago, so we're doing Twilight Sparkle, and we're making Twilight Sparkle's little big head right now. From the same kit we were doing before, My Little Pony, the official crochet guides.
I talked to Dusty regarding Everfree Northwest being canceled. My current plan is to send the Rainbow Dash to him for Christmas.
Aw.
He currently is against that plan, but I don't care.
Eat it, Dusty!
He doesn't know what it is I'm sending him. I was just like, oh, I had a present for you for Everfree Northwest. Should I send it to you for Christmas? And he's like, oh my god, woman. He's like, let us just see if we live through these next months before we start planning Christmas. I'm like, okay. But my
Here's
current
what you
plan
should
is to
do,
send it for
sweetie.
Christmas.
Oh, man.
Here's what you should do, sweetie. You should get the biggest box you can possibly find. Like I'm talking like a
Oh, here we
6-inch
go.
television box.
Convoluted plan.
No, I don't want to
Right.
disappoint him. He's already going to be mad at me. He's already going to be mad at me for sending him something.
It'll be funny though. You just put the Rainbow Dash in there
Rainbow-
and then
Well,
you send
the
it.
only reason it would be funny is that if he got a box that indicated that I spent a shit ton of money on him, I would die before he opened the box. Like, he would find a way to teleport to me and skin me alive.
He's just
for
gonna get on
spending
that
much
Harley.
money. He'd be like, what the hell? Like, I would be so dead before he even opened the box.
Just has you at the neck, you
Sweetie
just like,
checks-
open the box first.
Open the box first!
Number.
Too late.
Then slams you on
It's
the
like
ground.
Othello, you know? It's like, open the box first! Too late, shit, shank. Yeah.
And I'm just in
It's
the other
like-
room
it's
like,
like
it
Sweetie-
was free.
Sweetie would check her tracking number and be like, oh, Dusty should be getting his box today, and right as those sometime today, and right as those words leave her mouth, there's just this Dragon Ball Z teleport sound effect. See if I can like that, and Sweetie just hears, oh my god.
Basically, yeah. That's basically what would happen, yes.
Don't worry, Sweetie, I'll protect you.
Sure.
Use him as a human shield. You have my permission.
I don't know. I think Dusty would be able to use them as a weapon.
Oh no. you don't stand a chance against that head. It's so
Right?
hard.
Exactly.
It will knock
He
you back to
just
life.
used Ronnie as a battering ram.
He's
We
like,
might have-
sweetie,
we might
I'm
have a chance
respecting
here, sweetie."
our friendship
Yes,
by
right.
knocking on the door, but asserting
Asserting
my
my authority by coming in anyway. In comes Brawny.
Wait, Sweetie,
So
Sweetie,
what's
we
up
might
with this
have
package?
an advantage here. Does Dusty know about my skull?
No, but he'll find out.
All he's got to do is touch it.
Because if he doesn't know about my skull, then he's not going to think to use it as a weepon. That'll buy
What
us a
other
couple
part of your body is he
seconds.
going to use if he uses you as a weapon? I imagine he picking you up by the ankles and using you as a sword or a bat. That's the hardest part of anybody.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just especially hard in your case.
I just love how we assume that this is exactly how it's going to go down. Like I didn't spend half of my life training combat sports.
Yeah, so did Dusty though. And his half of his life is a lot longer than longer than your life entirely. Let me put it
Yeah,
that
half
way.
of his life is your life.
Yeah, half of his life is your life. So yeah.
What combat sports does he do?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I know he was into wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know he did a lot.
I beat him in fencing. But
You could probably
he
beat him in
didn't-
fencing.
But
Yeah.
that's only if he's in the mood for a gentleman's duel.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say if he was gonna come to kick my ass. I don't know if a sword would be the weapon he'd choose. It would more likely be a club.
I come out with my Nerf gun. I'm like,
I'll
I'll protect you, sweetie.
If I'm on bodyguard duty, that's all I need.
Stop trying to argue with it.
I'm having fun picturing these scenarios.
Ronnie wants to die.
Yeah, basically. It's okay, Bronny and I'll die together.
Aww.
I was only slightly upset, like I didn't care enough, but we fenced while I was for my Somber video last year at BronyCon, and I tagged him at least twice, but he never acknowledged any of them. And then
If I can't feel it, it
as
didn't
I was,
happen.
and then as I was going in for the third, he just like hit me really hard on the side of the head. And I was like, oh, come on, man.
You felt that though.
Yep. Well, it was I mean, it's a foam sword and I'm wearing a helmet, but like he hit me hard enough that the helmet and wig rotated on my head. And I was
Then I say that's a winning blow.
and then yeah, I don't know what happened. I got him on the wrist and I got him in the stomach, and I guess he just didn't feel either of them.
Probably.
Let's see here. What do we got going on in the chat? We got all kinds of stuff going on in the chat. We've been chatting for a while. Clayton asked me if I've ever heard somebody speaking in Spanish in Florida, and I don't know what kind of question is that.
That seems like a silly question. I'd assume so, yes.
Yeah, if
If not, dear Lord, how did you
manage?
manage?
If you have ever been to a city or been to a farm, which between those two types of places is like 95% of the country, you have heard somebody speaking Spanish.
Especially if you live on the southern half of the country. If you live closer to Canada, you're just as likely to have heard someone speak French. But,
Yeah. Bigorna says, in relation to us talking about swings earlier, he goes, the swing bug from GTA 4 isn't grounded in reality. I tested it and it didn't end well.
Well, I mean, it didn't end well, but did it at least work? That's my question.
What I missed.
I have no idea what you missed, man. I don't remember
we
what you
missed,
missed.
you missed Dusty using Bronny as a battering ram to get to me.
Oh,
You see, I want to make this into a comic now. I bet it'd
Do
be
it.
hilarious.
Do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go bug Dusty for his poses. Let's see here.
I know he's got a few that Silver made for him. So, he's got
Yeah.
at least them.
Let's see, what else do we have here? Battleship Agincourt asked a long time ago, anyone here like Sunset Shimmer?
She's alright.
Ship was okay.
She's pretty good, okay. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. Big Hornet says, isn't Kansas just an 80s band?
Ha 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 ha. But
Dum dum ping.
Let's see here. We got people asking us about our siblings.
That's
somebody
a touchy topic.
Forgot. I lost eyes on it. Oh yeah, Battleship Agincourt wanted to know, Heather, what siblings do you have?
Okay, so I have 2 sisters and a brother. I have my older sister Tammy, my older brother Alexander, and my younger sister Natasha. Oh, they're all little messes. Tammy lives in Texas, and she's got my 4 nephews. Then there's my brother Alexander, he's in the military, and he's married. And my older sister Natasha has 2 kids.
and they're both boys, right?
Oh yeah, most of
So,
my...
you have no nieces.
I
I
have
only...
1 niece.
Oh, okay. You've got one. I was like, I just realized how many, like, you know, children your siblings have and how boy-heavy they are.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So
good.
when one of us has a girl, it's a pretty big deal.
Damn.
So Jasmine was treated like a princess. They even went to Disneyland, and there's like a birthday thing you could do in Disneyland where you get to take the
So-
girl to go dress up.
dress up as a princess.
Of course, they dressed her up as Princess Jasmine. I thought that's why they named her that. I was just like, because I remember us talking names, and they brought up Jasmine. I'm like, oh yeah, like Princess Jasmine, and then they were like, reason for her name, and I'm like, oh, didn't we name her Jasmine after Princess Jasmine? Like, no, Heather, it's just named Jasmine. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I just thought she was the best, one of the best Disney princesses. So
She's a pretty good Disney princess, honestly.
yeah, but yeah. So it's a big deal when one of us has a girl, which is funny because the earlier generations my family had mostly girls. It's like a switchy thing.
Yeah, mostly girls, mostly boys, mostly
Yeah.
girls, mostly boys.
Yeah, like my mom's family, all girls except for my one uncle who passed some time ago when I was little. And then she has kids, and she has mostly boys. Like, I don't know, it's a fluke she got a couple girls and chance. They say, though, it's heavily dependent on the father's genetics.
Kinda, in the sense that the woman produces the X. The sperm produces either the secondary X or the Y.
So it's the both.
It's usually... No. You know how men are XY and women are XX.
Yeah.
The X, there's an X is the egg.
Yeah.
Regardless, boy or girl, there's an X.
Okay.
The sperm is either the X or the Y.
Okay.
So, traditionally, the sperm is what is determinant in the gender of the fetus. Typically. There's a lot of research that kind of is wishy-washy about that.
I guess that makes sense, because looking at it, well, I don't remember quite the genealogy of Tammy's husband, but she got 4 boys, and he does have a brother, but he also has a sister, or was it 2 sisters? I don't remember. And Tasha's guy, I think he was an only child, so I have no way of knowing. And I don't know about Emily, who's the parent of one of my nephews and my niece. So, yeah, I don't know.
Let's see here. I got something to say to that. Somebody needs to put on their headphones. Anyway, I got something to say to that, but first I need to read this comment here from Bigorna. Bigorna says, I think Dusty would use Brawny as a shield, making me a Brawny buckler.
Ha! Hilarious.
I love it.
Brawny would be a terrible shield, though. He's too skinny.
Yep.
I'd be a better shield.
Nah, Brawny's a broad boy.
I got that endomorph skeleton.
You got them broad shoulders.
And a big solid chest.
Yes.
Which, not to beat my own drum here, but like I've been lifting weights a lot more lately, and I got done with it today, and I like changed my shirt, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to get some definition here. This is nice.
Hear that, ladies? Fuck off!
I was gonna say, I'm like, are you advertising your man girl?
And I was like, hear that, ladies? Eat a dick. Not
No,
his,
that was-
though.
Basically.
That was more for Heather than anything else. Totally Louis.
He's getting scandalous.
Says, ooh, this place sucks.
Louis,
Shut up, Louis.
you're just jealous
I'm
because you want Brawny.
I'm just gonna say this. It can't be worse than the Louis infestation.
I agree.
No one knows that pun except us. Yay.
Yeah, that place is a disorganized, chaotic cesspool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Of
we don't
degenerates.
have, like, chaos in this stream or anything.
Just full of degenerates. Just like this. Wait.
Louis is never getting a Dr. Pepper because of that.
So let's see here. So I had heard recently, and I have absolutely no way of verifying this, but I thought it was interesting.
Going down the wrong
That there's a theory floating around out there that external factors play into whether or not a couple produces a male or a female, which I thought was interesting, and I read into it, and I remember these specific details because I was curious as to if that's true, what it meant that I would be most likely to produce. So if the man is under a lot of stress and comes from or lives in a cold climate, he is more likely to bear a daughter.
You know, I've heard of that.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know about any of that. I do know that generally the Y sperm, the male sperm, tends to be faster, but also die quickly. So
Because they're too
it'll
fast.
fertilize faster than the female sperm, but will die more quickly, whereas the X sperm tend to not travel as quickly, but will last longer.
Louis joined us.
Basically,
How's
what
it
I'm
going?
heard you
hearing here
guys
is it's
talking
just a
shit.
gambler.
Basically, it's a 50-50 chance. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone can make bull crap statistics, but at the end of the day, it's 50-50.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and also Louis. Yeah, we were talking crap. What are you gonna do
You
about it?
don't deserve a Dr. Pepper.
You know what? You can make a better server, and maybe we won't talk so bad about it.
Jesus,
My
Brandon,
server
that
has
one
more-
actually hurt.
Jesus, yeah.
My server has more calls than this.
I know, like, his server's pretty darn populated.
I know. I'm completely lazy and do nothing.
Yeah,
I
I don't do,
coming-
well, I'm not in, don't pay attention to either server, but Louis at least
I-
has more people in it.
What I keep going into
But mine are
general,
paid.
and I'm just like, hey, does
Or pay
anyone
you.
want to have a call?
Yes.
And no one
So
wants to
they're
have
your
a call.
consults.
It makes me so
Well,
mad.
sure, whatever it
Where
is.
is Louis'
Make
server?
money.
It's the one with the Kingdom Hearts picture on it. You are in it, yeah.
So I'm trying to look for it. I'm seeing if you're in the Pony BS folder or my friends. Why do I have these?
You have
wait.
folders?
there
How
you
do you
go.
do that?
Oh, hold on, let me show you. You can
Oh,
do
shit.
Because
it.
I have way
That
too
one
many
open.
servers to deal with most of the time.
Yeah, you can
I think
organize
you gotta
servers
go
now.
here. There's a way to do it because I did it accidentally. Oh, here it is. No, that's
No,
out.
that's out of server.
Let me see. I think what I did was I was on my iPad
Are you,
and
are
I
you
like
just seeing this
dragged
picture of
them
Hollywood video that I found?
into each other.
Yeah.
See?
Oh,
So I think you
interesting.
gotta kind of do it.
So I don't know if I can do it on my phone. I wonder.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it on your laptop.
Oh no, actually I might be able to do it. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm just gonna confuse myself.
Yeah. Like a
I
system.
drink too much sugar now.
My
Sounds like a
server is
you
open
problem.
for any-
Sounds like it's not a problem at all.
I mean that's also true.
Except Heather's fans. Heather's
Oh.
fans can't go in the server. They creep me out.
That's the biggest problem with your server, Louis, is you just let the general riffraff in, whereas Heather and I, we are an exclusive club that only allows in the finest.
I
Because-
Paying customers.
I literally know every single person that's in my server. Personally.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they're not
My-
riffraff. I mean I'm in there, so
My server is great because I can get away from everyone.
Let me just give Sweetie
That's
a
called
new
not
role in
having
my
a server.
server. There we go. New role for Sweetie.
oh dear, this can only end badly. What does it say?
Louis over here like, all my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
You know what? Heather's gonna get this role too. There you go. You guys can share this.
Is it a big butthole roll?
Wait, Louis.
Leave my server now.
No.
Louis, can you give me the role?
No, you can't have the role.
Louis,
I'm tempted to
can I have
actually do
this-
it, but it'd actually be a pain in the butt to get back in the server, so I'm not gonna.
Just do it for fun.
Louis,
But then I have to like click on the link
sushi
and
roll?
stuff.
Give me the sushi roll, Louis.
You say it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get back in?
Yeah, because then you have to send me a link, and then I have to click the link, and then I have to hope that the link works. Because sometimes the link doesn't work for me. So
Mine
yeah.
don't work.
No, there have been times like I tried to join Lutoon's Discord server. I think like 5 times before it actually worked and let me in.
Yeah.
Clayton wants to know what he missed. I don't know when he last left, so here, let me just try to sum up.
You're
sum
just
this
gonna
up
have to
for-
rewind, dude.
You just watch the
Wait,
whole
Let me
thing.
sum it up for you. My server is better than Heather's server.
Wait,
Basically.
Brony, you gotta do it.
No, he put more effort in it.
Yeah.
All right.
I let Brandon
Yeah,
do everything.
I actually was gonna do it in song. Let me go here. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador too. That's all I know of this song because I did really
Peru,
good job of remembering
Puerto
it.
Rico, Colombia, Venezuela,
Explain the what
and I don't know the
happened,
rest of that.
Well, that's
Basically, he
what
missed
happened.
a lot. He missed a lot, is what I'm saying.
though. Could have just said that.
I could have, but it wouldn't have been needless.
It was
wouldn't have been
definitely
extra.
needless.
It would not have been on brand for me.
That wasn't even
Now,
like.
is that a bad thing?
It didn't make sense.
Depends on the,
It wasn't
viewer,
even a good
really.
joke.
You know what?
No,
Louis?
it wasn't.
You know what?
I
Louis?
did not feel like making a good joke. It
Louis?
would take an effort.
Louis, why don't you sum up everything in a song?
I don't want to because that wasn't my idea.
Okay, so how's your progress coming along? It looks like you're almost done with the head there.
Still doing those like midsection stitches. Like they say to do 12, and I'm at 5, 6, 7. I'm at 7 right now. About to make it 8. It's not much
Let me
longer.
pop up in the stream. See you losers. What losers talking in this stream?
I don't know.
But Gordon says, one day I will become Brony's patron for a single month just to enter in a server and call him the cabbage eater.
Go,
Hey,
spend that
that
money.
is freaking delicious. What the heck is like? I hope that's not meant to be an insult because I do love me some cabbage.
That, you probably know it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. But that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's like, imagine knife in there. She'd be
I was
so
gonna say I
pissed
might
off.
put knife in there.
I'm gonna put knife in
Okay, I
there.
retweeted it.
Get me the bike.
Seems legit.
Heather, I need you to, or Sweetie, or you know what, maybe Louie, now that I think about it, translate what Clayton just said. He said right at the bottom here, Brawny no tiene pelo en su cabeza.
You don't have hair on your head.
Brawny has
You don't have hair on your head,
his
yeah.
and is super
You have-
sexy. Oh my god, I love him so much. Please, have my babies.
Bars on your
Ronnie
head, Louis.
uses.
Usa espejuelos.
I thought usa was use. He uses espejuelos.
Nah,
I don't know what
translated
those are. He's Cabbage Man.
Yeah.
Basically,
All
it's
right,
a
I'll
bald
take it.
joke.
Did you get my my translation, Brawny?
Your
Yeah, I
translation
got your
sucks.
translation, Louie. Thank you very much. I'll send you some tacos.
Alright.
Dude, I want
Is it from
tacos.
Taco
I've been
Bell?
eating
Yes,
Louis.
it's from Taco Bell.
Louis. I've been eating tacos lately. You want to know from where?
Where?
Jack in the Box.
Their tacos aren't bad. I just hate their customer service.
Really? You can't tell me those tacos. Well, they're good to eat, but they're garbage.
They're not like my first choice, but if I'm at Jack in the Box and nowhere else, I'll take it.
It's come to my attention that I haven't eaten in the last 8 hours. Can I steal some pizza?
Yes. Oh my god. I offered you that pizza earlier and you still haven't eaten?
I said I wasn't hungry, and then I never.
How are you not hungry? You haven't eaten in 8 hours. My god, that's how long I sleep.
Heather, first of all, you sleep a lot longer than that. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah, but that's the minimum. That's the minimum I try to sleep.
Secondly, people who have slow metabolisms don't need to eat very often. Like you should know
You know,
this.
this
you should
guy
know this
won't
from hanging out
eat.
with me for so long.
This guy will not eat for like 16 hours and think that nothing is wrong and see his stomach he'll hear his stomach grumbling and be like, I wonder what that's about. I'm like, you haven't eaten in 16 hours, you idiot. You're hungry.
I do the same thing, honestly.
I'm gonna kick both your asses. Eat your pizza.
I did that, I think, after I had my cooking stream last night. I was like, gosh, I'm hungry. I wonder why. Oh, yeah, because I haven't eaten since this morning.
Both of you astound me. I'm so sick of your crap.
Yeah, no, when I was in
After all
college,
that-
I had to
after
set a
all
timer
that,
to remind me.
Heather's going to be the one that uses me as a weapon against you.
Very much so.
And both of you will deserve it.
Probably.
It's the one I'm gonna beat your ass and then I'm gonna take you to Chuck E. Cheese.
I haven't eaten yet.
Brandon, I'll kick your ass too. Wanna go to Chuck E. Cheese?
Aren't they going bankrupt? Or have they
Probably.
already declared bankruptcy?
That's why
I
we're
think they
going.
did.
That's why we're going. Because it's gonna be gone soon.
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
Good.
It's
It's shit.
it's exactly what you expect.
The pizza isn't even that great. It's just so you can let your kids loose somewhere.
Yeah, it's basically
let me
if
tell
you don't
this.
want to watch your kids, come to Chuck E. Cheese.
And yet I'm still someone who watches them because I'm like, this is the exact, this is the playground of pedophiles. You don't want to take your eyes off of them for too long. And plus sometimes they get stuck in those things and pee in there.
But aren't you like not allowed in unless you have a kid?
That's
We're
what
trash talking
I don't know
Chuck E.
if that's a
Cheese.
policy.
Some places it is. Like some places, if you don't have a child, you can't come in. Yeah.
Yeah, weirdo. Just go to Dave & Buster's like a normal person.
Right. Yeah.
But I like the pizza here.
Pizza is terrible.
So let me
Staying
tell
in
you
it
guys
small.
this. Back when I was working with the Grand Brony Gala, we needed to do a lot of like grassroots canvassing in order to get people there because they just did their marketing horribly. But we were going around. Oh gosh, was it Tampa or was it Orlando that this happened in? But it was me and a bunch of co-workers from that convention, and we happened upon a Chuck E. Cheese, and we're like, let's go give them some flyers because we were trying to draw
a big family crowd, and we had a lot of programming specifically for kids. We're like, yeah, let's go in there. We freaking go up to the Chuck E. Cheese and open the door and immediately slam that door shut and went away because it just smelled like a freaking porta potty.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It probably had the playground right next to the door.
It like the urine stench knocked me, of all people, right off my feet. For those who don't know, I don't have a very good sense of smell. Like, it's barely anything, like, I barely have a sense of smell at all. And I smelled it. That's how you know you have a problem.
Yeah, I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese much. I feel like I went there for like a kid's babysit's birthday or some crap.
The last time I went there was probably last year because of course I have baby nephews. They love that place. So I've been there in recent years, and it's still not. I mean, it's not like the games and stuff certainly got better. I went to one where it had like little bumper cars for kids.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little one. It's really for toddlers, but that's still pretty good.
That's still awesome.
Yeah, so like they got more rides and stuff, and I thought they were doing pretty well. Of course, COVID is really gonna fuck that up just because of how unsanitary they are.
Oh yeah.
But when you run a place for kids, I kind of just expect that.
Let's see here. The Amazing Gumball says Taco Bell doesn't serve tacos; they serve dog food.
I won't deny that I've worked at Taco Bell. I've been behind the scenes. That shit does look like dog food if you don't put water in it. Then you put water in it, it somewhat looks like food.
I will say though, there's usually more meat product in dog food than there is in Taco Bell.
There you go.
The corner says Ronnie Eo Haman Ripolo Item Uma Kareka K Par Isi Uma Bola Espelhada.
Welcome to News Louis 69. I have news. Chuck E. Cheese is
Are
on the brink
like
of bankruptcy.
I don't know
I
Leonas.
literally just said that.
Leonas. I feel like I should know that.
They do a lot of work
I wasn't paying attention.
with
So
men
Bigorna is from Brazil, if
that
I
are,
remember
I don't know, I think
correctly.
he's
So
saying
he's
work with men and
probably
they're stupid.
speaking Portuguese.
Fair enough. Probably is. I blank here and there on words. I know how to order burritos, though. That's all you need.
Clayton
I
says
know no
Ronnie
hablo
T-
español, and that's all I need.
Donde está el baño?
Clayton says Bronny tiene problemas con su dieta.
Bronny has a problem with what?
Dieta.
I'm assuming that I'm gonna just assume from my very basic knowledge that probably means diet.
With your diet.
I assume so.
Battleship wants to know if anyone here is familiar with a fast food chain called Culver's.
Yes, we
I know-
have one next
I know
to my
the name.
work. I like them. They serve a good burger, and they do these concrete mixers. So, you know, it's good for like a shake and a burger.
Mm.
Been there a couple
Honey
times.
Drop.
Which is
Go
probably
ahead.
why I don't know them.
Oh yeah, you're not a burger person.
Not a burger person.
Honey Drop says, Sweetie, remember the 6-2-1 rule or she's gonna sick Dr. Wolf on you.
First of all, Dr. Wolf don't got nothing on me. Second of all, this is my 2. I'm totally within the limits. I did that once, I think, at BronyCon, where I had breakfast, and then I didn't have my second meal until 2 a.m. the next morning. I think you were there, Louie. Like, you were like, hey, I'm ordering pizza. I'm like, can I grab a slice? You know, and so I think I took a selfie and was like, this is my second meal. It's 2 a.m. Whatever. It
No,
counts."
that's the first meal. That's a new day.
Shit.
Pizza.
It counted.
I'm sure
let's see
Dr.
here.
Wolf, Silverquill, all of you are
Clay-
guilty of breaking that rule.
stole my
and
pizza.
I
Dr.
didn't-
Wolf and Silverquill. Dr. Wolf,
It wasn't
no.
your pizza to begin
Silverquill,
with.
only sometimes.
I don't know. He looks like he works a little too hard.
He does work too hard, but he does usually keep on top of. He keeps on top of taking care of himself, bare minimum. So he probably does 6-2-1. He never allows himself that 7th hour or that 3rd meal. You know, that's sort of how he lives, I think. So he does take care of himself as much as I worry about him. I have to acknowledge that I also trust him to take care of himself for the most part. Usually.
What were you gonna say,
You
Brony?
know, are you eating the topping of your pizza
Yes.
first?
I don't usually do that, but I felt like it.
Just to nettle
Clayton
Heather a little
says-
bit. That's unsettling.
Clayton
You're gonna eat one of those people that eats pizza backwards.
Keep saying Clayton.
Not quite yet.
What if you
I
just
keep
switch on
thinking they're done
Watch.
talking and then they keep talking.
No.
I know.
Roman.
Fantastic.
You're the ones who aren't saying anything.
We're trying to say things.
You're just saying your name over and over again.
For
Silencio.
your sake.
Oh God, he just. I really think if you guys had been talking, we would have stopped. But I don't think that.
But you were just going Clayton. I'm like, look, I don't know what porn you guys are filming, all right, but do it on your own time.
This is Heather time.
I'm trying to read it. But every time I start reading it, y'all start talking over me.
You didn't talk loud enough.
So anyway, he was saying Heather y Sweetie son como las leo.
Yeah, we were
Nas.
reading that, and
He
can't
put it in a
total
translation.
L.
Heather and Sweetie are like lionesses. They do all the work while the men sit around.
I ain't doing
Yeah, it
that.
sounds
Simple
about right.
little harder
Really
there,
hard.
Clayton. I don't think it's working yet.
I hate the word simp, but God, that was.
I thought it was a Simpson thing at first. It wasn't. I was disappointed.
Alright, so we'll tell him that, White Knight, but we need to quit talking about food because we're making Retro Gamer Kevin hungry.
She's eating a pizza.
Retro Gamer Kevin feels.
Feelings.
Yeah,
Ew.
it's all about how Louis feels. Louis is the most important person in a place that's not his server, obviously.
I am the most important person here.
I'm sorry, this isn't Chaos and Louie.
Well, guess what? Now it is.
You
I'm
say
packing
Chaos
a
and Heather
YouTube
either.
chest.
Well, who else is gonna crochet?
I mean, you make a good point.
If Louis is taking over, does that mean we've reached a new Louie?
So,
That was gross and
that was
terrible.
funny.
Okay, Bronny.
that
get
was
the time
lazy,
out now.
Bronny. Try again.
It's not funny. Why did I laugh at that? That wasn't
You
funny.
tried so hard not to laugh, but we all heard it.
What are you doing, Brandon? Oh my God! You've let me down in so many ways. You made him laugh like that, Brandon. Look what you
You
did.
made him do the evil laugh, Brandon. Shame on you.
That's the laugh that's coming straight from his belly.
Time out.
What's going on? I don't know what's going on.
Oh man.
Shelter
I'm
him.
I'm just over here now.
That's enough of that. Let's see. Gumball wants me to stop reading things in Spanish, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, sounds awful.
Bigorna said, I said that Ronnie is the cabbage man and his head shines like a mirror ball.
We're just gonna pick on his head all night?
My language.
To be fair, you started it.
I didn't start it. I just said his head was hard. I didn't say it was bald.
That is true.
And is that an insult, really?
We shall now
That's just
forever
truth.
talk in Espanol forever now.
Si habla.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Brandon, you and me, we're gonna start a cover band, okay?
Right.
So Heather needs to finish learning her guitar so we can do a cover band. Sweetie, what instrument do you play?
I took 2 years of piano and I suck.
Love this.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. We're gonna put Brandon on the right side of the piano, and we're gonna put you on the left
No,
side.
other way around. I'm far better with the melody than I am with the chords. I'll go on the right, he goes on the left.
And we're gonna do a cover band in 4-part harmonies. I have no idea why. It just came to my head.
What's
that?
the cover? What?
Oh,
We
what
should-
fell? My phone.
Oh, okay.
We should do
I thought you meant
English
the part with my
covers of
I was like, did you?
No, it wasn't it?
anime openings. I don't know.
Cool. We'll start with the Beastars, and what are some other animes he hates?
No, he loves Beastars.
Oh, that's right.
Beastars was good. God, that theme is still with me. Wild side.
I say that as if I know what the hell the theme is. I mean, I've listened to it.
I
but
watched
cover
I
piano
haven't watched it
man.
yet, no.
Just watch the intro.
I have watched the intro, just not enough for it to get stuck in my head.
Stop motion is so cute.
It's very cute stop motion, yes.
Love that so much.
Heather and I had a funny moment with that song because we heard it and she's like, wow, I really love this song. I just wish I knew what they were saying, and I was picking up enough of it, and I just said, there's
this song is about half like really bad English, and I don't know if she didn't register what I said or if she didn't believe me, but we ended up looking
No,
it up
I
later
definitely
for the
hear-
translation, and she was like, "Oh my God, half of it is in English already."
No, like, I remember you saying, yeah, it has moments bad English. I'm like, well, yeah, I definitely hear English words here and there, but I think that's also stuff they do with a lot of anime intros where they just throw in an English word here or there. But with Wildside, yeah, they were just pronouncing it so strangely that I didn't recognize the words at first. But now that I hear it, and I'm like, yeah, this is mostly English.
But you know that there was that guy that did that English cover of it and somehow got the voice of Lugosi to sing it, and that was really good.
I liked it.
The
Legoshi.
trumpet sounded a little artificial, but like you kind of have to know in order to hear that. Like that's not something you're not going to hear unless you know what it sounds like and you're looking for it.
Bagorna says it would cover it. I assume that means our cover band would cover 17th century sea shanties, and yes,
Yeah, is that what you
I
want
would
to
do
do,
that.
Brandon? All right, cool. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
On the cover.
Way hey it up she rises, way hey it up she rises, way hey it up she rises early in the morning.
Yes, I know you're a pirate.
I put one of my favorite sea shanties albums in the music channel.
What's the name of it? So everybody in the chat knows.
It's literally just called sea shanties. It's a
Which one?
It's kind of a compilation album. It includes artists like Roy Harris, Martin Windham. I'm trying to remember the other names, but it's really interesting. It's like 44 minutes. But can I put it in the stream chat?
No.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Everyone enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All right.
A thing to click.
The Amazing Gumball says no more singing, please, and we all know what that means. Brandon, pick me out another song.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Make him sing the theme from Kiss Him, Not Me.
Yay!
First of all, no. Secondly, I don't know that song.
Why do you want to crush my happiness? God!
Why do you like terrible things?
No,
Sing the
Ronnie.
theme to Orin High School Host Club!
Yes! Kiss, kiss,
I
fall
fall
in
in
love!
Terrible
I love it in
song.
English! I see you come, I watch you go.
Alright,
You
I
never
want you
seem
to
to
sing.
leave me though.
愛が主義のそうなの
Yeah!
I was like,
I want
I
you to
did not
sing.
watch the dub enough to know it in English.
Girl, shut up. I want to hear what Brandon's saying.
One of these days, don't worry. I want you to sing the Queen of the Night aria from the Magic Flute.
There you go.
Okay, I will give that a try.
Where's my Dr. Pepper?
I'll also put that.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
no,
What?
Heather-
Dr. Pepper. You don't get a Dr. Pepper.
You're gonna give me that Dr.
Heather,
No,
we
no.
need to do this one. Clayton wants us to sing the theme from Mau Mau Heroes of Pure Heart.
Fuck yeah, I'll do that.
Swear to her.
Psh, you're the first one to say it tonight. It's like, oh man, it's actually been a while since I listened to it. How did it go?
I love you, Mau Mau. Finally my dreams are coming true.
Show me how to be a hero like you.
Let me know when it's done.
It is really cute. You should see the little bat.
We killed Louie!
Adora Bat.
Oh no! Yeah, Adora Bat!
I've seen enough clips of Mau Mau to know that the bat's name is Adora Bat. Because I think the first couple times I watched it, I'm like, what? His name is Adorable? Adora Bat.
It turns out it's a girl. I wasn't 100% on that, like the first few episodes. I'm like, oh no, they said she. That's a girl.
Fair enough.
And I thought it was
took
like an
him
adult,
5
just small, but
episodes
not
to
she's
call her a
5.
girl, and that confused the heck out of us.
Well, whatever. Androgynous children.
I was an androgynous child, so.
Where's my charger?
I don't know. Probably next year, Lancer.
I was talking about that actually.
And I'll give it back
About
once you
how
give me
I was
that
like, yeah,
Dr. Pepper.
I have a complex about my hair because of that. because when you're a kid, your
I
hair
found
length
my
denotes your
charger.
gender, really.
Ah, fuck.
And so I'm like, I gotta grow out my hair. I'm like, not like anyone would be confused if I cut it off. I'm like, yeah, I don't think anyone would confuse you if you're a boy, even if you had a pixie cut. I'm like, you never know.
Sometimes I wonder if I strapped down my boobs and cut my hair, could I go for a pretty boy?
Sure.
No.
Damn it. I've asked people that. It's like,
I
do you
was-
think I'd look like a boy if I cut off my hair? They're like,
I
no,
was
you have too
about
many
to
feminine features
suggest
in your face. I'm
like
like,
a
what?
hair. I was about to suggest like a hair length competition, like if Heather were to cut her hair even with Sweetie's, but then I realized that Sweetie's got those curls, kind of puts her at a disadvantage. And
I'm
just see
very
who grows
confused.
hair-
Her hair is
Faster.
longer than mine. What's the competition about?
Oh, so I cut it your length and we'll see who grows out their hair faster, I guess?
You
Yeah, that's what I
probably
meant.
would, I would imagine. I've been growing out my hair since I was 5. I've been growing out my hair longer than she's been alive. So she's gonna win.
My hair has a funny thing of growing back. I used to have it cut right about here when I was in college. Yeah, when I started college that happened. And my hair grew back in like a year.
Yeah, her hair grows faster than mine.
I wonder if it's ever going away because my hair is pretty thin, but I'm like, you know what? What it lacks in thickness, it brings back in length. And I'm like, well. So much of it. That's why I'm like, I haven't curled it as often because like it's a big hassle for like an ordinary day just to have. I mean, I like the way my hair looks when it's curled, but still, it's so much work. So I just
Oh,
braid
wait
it.
a second! I just thought of something. So Brandon, I got another sea shanty for you. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flopping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
Who was Mermaid Millie? Anyway, I'll stop.
Knew I'd get the girls on that one.
Hell yeah.
You got her. I didn't know it.
I would not have put any money on you having seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's obscure Disney.
I've definitely heard of it, because you know
That's-
I'm watching those videos where it's talking about all the theme park rides that were there. And
Oh,
like,
yeah. The
ride.
Finding Nemo ride used to be a Captain Nemo ride.
Yeah, it was all about that, and I just fascinated with that part, like how they abandoned that attraction for so long, and like the animatronics that were in there that they just left underwater, just like
They're still there.
decayed. They're still there.
They're still there.
Oh, that's spooky.
And
to
that
think
it's
about.
especially spooky actually when you go on the Finding Nemo ride. I finally went on it. It took me a while because it was always crowded. But I went on it, and if you look closely, you can see it.
I
See
know,
that?
that scares the crap out of me.
And like, cause there's like these like projections that are in front of them, you know, for all the new stuff. But I'm like, oh yeah, you can see stuff back there, you know. If you look for it, like I know how to look for it. I'm like, oh, cause this is stuff from old ride.
Oh, that's so creepy if you went on the ride just to go look at that.
It's great.
I love that's. Have you heard the submechanophobia thing going around?
No.
It's like the people who find that kind of thing scary, like the animatronics left underwater.
Oh, it is. It's spooky. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think it's gonna. Like I'm not like sitting there having a panic attack. I'm
It's
just
a-
like, whoa, that's
oh, yeah.
because it's such a blast from the past.
Yeah, it's
You know?
creepy, but like that's gotten so popular it has a word now to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been watching videos about that, and I'm just like, this stuff is killing me because there's other
Yankee
stuff around the
Doodle
world with
went
animatronics that
down,
primarily are
riding on a
underwater.
horse.
Sometimes we're left abandoned. It's like, whoa. Now that's what I want to break into.
Now, Euro
Okay,
Disneyland,
we
when
got a
I
bit,
went there,
Louis.
had
Just,
the submarine.
Yep.
It's not a ride. It's more of an attraction. Like the submarine
For
is
the-
there,
for the
and you walk through. Yeah, you walk through it. It's not. It doesn't go around the thing anymore, but you can walk through it and see some stuff.
There's
within
the
submarine.
squid thing that goes in there, right? that
Yeah,
attacks
and
the
there's
ship.
you can see the organ and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I remember that. Now that was back when I went to Euro Disneyland. I don't know if it's still there.
I think it is. I'm watching these videos and they say it's still there, and I don't know how long old the videos are. They're only a couple years old, if that.
Fair enough.
So here's what we're gonna do, Heather. We're gonna team up. How many of us are there? There's Louie, myself, Brandon. and
Whatever
then
you're
you two
planning, I
girls.
guarantee Sweetie's not doing it.
Probably.
Well, hear me out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Ocean's 11 one of those submarines out of Disney World.
Did you actually do that, Brandon?
If
Well,
it's at a Disney World, go for it. I don't care about Disney World.
Ban me?
We're gonna steal it. We're gonna steal one of those submarines and then turn it into a house
We
for Heather
all
and I.
live in a yellow submarine.
You know those things are tiny,
Yellow
right?
submarine.
They are,
A
but as a
yellow
little clubhouse,
submarine.
imagine that'd be cool.
Clubhouse
Shut
would
up,
be
I
cute,
can't
but
hear
you
what
wouldn't
they're
want to
saying.
live there.
What?
It'd be
Oh, no.
smaller than this place.
As it is, I don't know if I'd have it as a clubhouse because it'd creep me out.
There you go.
Have you seen those, like, Thousand League Under the Sea submarines, how they just, like, slowly decayed and were left off after a few years? Like, they
Mhm.
had those two that they had just, like, around their cruise lines for a while just so you could see them. But I'm like, what happened to the rest of them? Were they auctioned off? Curious to see what, like, creative millionaires would have done with one of those. Because you know there's got to be a millionaire somewhere that's obsessed with Disney, that has a whole bunch of Disney memorabilia and has, like, a playhouse somewhere.
Possibly.
And I want to meet that person.
I wouldn't
Invite
mind
me
it.
to your house.
To get a bunch of cool stuff, all you need is a passion and a lot of money.
And a shit. I was gonna say, I'm like a shit ton of money.
Two things.
I wonder how much Disney would like if I were to go up to Disney and be like, hey, I want to buy one of those 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea submarines. How much? I want to know what the number would be.
You would be laughed out of whatever office you walked into.
And that's why we go on Google for those things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't imagine they'd want too much for it. I'd imagine they want like a lot of money for it, like a lot of money comparatively to people like us. But at the same token, it's just sitting there. They're not doing anything with it. It's been sitting there for 20 years.
Yeah, you underestimate
or
how many
more.
Disney freaks there are out there.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're not doing anything, but guess what? There are a lot of people who'd still buy it. Like, you could say the same thing about cells from movies from ages ago. Do you know how many people would pay millions of dollars for an authentic Disney cell? Are they using it? No, it's in the archives. Is it going to go on sale? No, because that is a priceless treasure. Are they using it? No, doesn't matter. It's Disney, QED, expensive. If it's a Disney artifact that is not going to be replaced in any capacity, it is priceless, unless you're a multimillionaire. Or a
Yep.
museum. You
Sounds
might get
about
away
right.
if you're trying to say, I'm starting up a Disneyland museum. And then they're like, oh, really? Where's your funding? Where's your authentication certificates and stuff like that?
I'd be like, son, these pockets.
It's like,
That's
I have $1
my
million.
funding. I don't know. I'd come up with some stupid, smart aleck answer to that question.
And that's when they call security on you and you go to Disney prison, which is absolutely a thing.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that just holy stuff?
It's a holding cell within Disneyland.
I wonder
yeah.
how many it would
Sounds
take
hilarious.
to get me to drag me into there.
I would not
Wait,
pay your
are we-
bail.
are we-
I'm gonna
wait,
say it right
if
now.
If he goes to Disney prison, are we gonna do a Disney breakup?
Hell no. I would leave him there.
Have you read the creepypasta? Do you know what's in there?
I'm not gonna defile the almighty god of Disney. Hell no.
Oh, God. The almighty God of Disney?
Yes.
Is that what Catholicism is?
I mean, kinda.
Oh, my God!
Sweetie, no!
Got Saint Mickey, Saint Minnie.
I'm not digging this religion thing, guys. It's getting a little
You
weird.
got the patron saint of youth, Saint Peter. You got the patron saint of. I'm trying to think of another one. Patron saint of of giving a middle finger to your family, Saint Ariel. Patron saint of dumbasses, Saint Snow White.
Aw, she was
Only hearing the
ditzy,
boom.
but I love her.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second there, sweetie. Brandon, I have no idea if you're gonna get this reference, but I need you to do your Mickey Mouse voice and say this phrase. You want to see me do a trick?
Oh God.
I don't have a Mickey Mouse voice though.
You do have a Mickey Mouse voice. We have all heard it.
Do it. Do it
Do
for
it.
the views.
Do it.
Oh, I just almost inhaled watermelon.
Why did I laugh at that?
Why did you laugh at that? That's sick.
Just pretty funny. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think the concept is trying to get you to say something, but then you choke on watermelon. I think just was abrupt.
Yeah. So get your Mickey Mouse voice and say, "Do you want to see me do a trick?" and put the laugh at the end of it.
I think I'm okay. Thank you.
He's trying to freak me out because there was a creepypasta we read a long time ago. Like it was that photo negative Mickey one. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I also.
They made a whole thing about how there was an abandoned Disney theme park that was based around the Jungle Book, and it got shut down. And this person, of course, just trespasses because that's what you do.
Can I just say?
Sees a whole bunch of creepy things, including a thing he thought was a statue of a giant snake, but it turned out it was real, and slithered away.
Fun times.
And he went into the hotel of the place. He goes downstairs because it had a door that said mascots only. So he just goes in there and he'd be like, man, if I could find like a Mickey head or something as a souvenir, that'd be super cool. He goes in there and he sees a Mickey mascot suit, but it looks weird, like the colors are switched. So it looks photo negative. And as he's getting closer to it, it snaps his head and turns at him and slowly gets up. And it starts making its way over to him and be like, hey there, you want to see me take off my head? And he's just like, what? And then it just slowly takes off his head and you just smell it before you see it. Just the smell of rotting flesh and stuff starts falling out of the mascot. And he just flips out, runs, shuts the door and runs out of the theme park and on into his car. And he just said, and I made this Reddit post because I don't think anyone's going to believe me and I'm scared, man. I heard me and Bronny listened to a creepy reading of it. I'm like, oh my god, so scary. I love creepy, scary. It's stupid.
I don't know.
It's
I
funny,
feel
but
like
stupid and it's scary.
I feel like that ending, because I do know the story you're talking about. I have read and or listened to a reading of it.
Want me to do a magic trick?
I feel like I don't know, that ending was just so fucking like absurdist. It really took away from the experience, right?
I thought it was funny.
I honestly think it's kind of realistic, the idea that you could actually get away from that sort of situation, because it always shows up in like horror stories or whatever. Oh no, the bridge is burned, or the blah blah blah. You can't get away. You know, there's a storm and you can't get away. And all this contrived bullcrap about why you can't just drive away. So I actually like the idea. It's like, and then I drove away. What stopped you? Nothing.
Yeah, I just love Disney
Louis,
creepypastas. It's fun.
Louis, I do actually have a dramatic reading channel in the server that we have yet to use.
You don't need a channel specifically for dramatic readings.
Yes, we do. Yes, we absolutely do.
He keeps making
You don't-
channels in my server.
What if you want to just talk about something with a friend without having to, what's it called? Hear
Socialize.
other people.
Socialize.
Hear other people. Like, read a story.
There's not enough people in this server for so many.
But there might be one day. You gotta be
One
I was
proactive.
leaning on it, but like,
You
it's hard.
gotta be. What's the other word I'm looking
You
for?
gotta think ahead, Louis.
Alright, I want to lay down.
Okay.
You gotta be hopeful.
Fan service.
Just let me straighten my
I
back
am not
without you
hopeful
thinking
for
about this
anything,
too
alright.
hard, okay?
Let's get this straight, fellas.
No.
I'm not naked.
Oh
No.
my gosh! All I heard was Heather go, "I'm not naked," and I have no idea what.
I'm
I
laying
heard that
down
too.
because
I
my
was like,
back
wait a
is
minute,
tired
this
and
is,
she's censoring it.
It's not
But
Well,
Heather-
to be
but
fair,
Heather,
admittedly, it's not as bad as when you were leaning forward. Like, I swear, like, part of me was going, is the only reason that he's typing Spanish is because it makes us lean forward, and Heather gives a nice boob shot when, when she leans
Look,
forward.
there's not even that much.
There's a lot there.
But
Don't
but
do-
sweetie, Heather is naked under her clothes.
So
And
am
that's
I.
lewd.
Well, did you know that we all have a skeleton inside of us right now?
It's true.
Holy shit.
That's kind of
Whoa,
creepy.
bro. What?
This is the greatest horror story ever written.
I like other Disney creepypastas. Like, I'm trying to think of what my favorite one was. It might have been that one. But I also like this one that was based around the Hatbox Ghost at Disneyland. Like, it was the one where, like, stop me if you heard this one. This guy, his high school went to Disneyland for graduation. As
Yeah,
you do.
it's grad night.
Grad
something.
night. Grad night, then they went on the Haunted Mansion. And it was just him and his three friends, and they decided to do something stupid. At
Like
the
you
end,
do.
Yeah. And you know that one kind of bridge thing you go up? They decided, like, okay, when no one's looking, we're going to jump under there and hang out. So they jumped off of it and without getting caught and just hung out under there, and they just would hear the little ghost saying, hurry back.
Yeah.
And they waited until they didn't hear anybody. And they came back up, and they decided, like, because the thing was they wanted to go into the area of the queue where, like, you know, the Doom Buggy just keeps going.
Uh-huh.
And, like, what the ride actually does is that it just keeps going
It
and
keeps
going.
loops, yeah.
But in this version, they get in there again, and ride it to like this little dune buggy station that's in there. And there's like, little leftover dune buggies, and they're like, all right, cool, let's walk around and see if we can find our way out. But soon they get lost, and soon they go to the storage room where the only thing in it is the Hatbox Ghost animatronic, and it looks freaky. And during the process of this, they lose one of their friends, so they're looking around for him, but they go back to the Hatbox Ghost, and suddenly it like flickers on and it's moving a little bit. And in the Hatbox, like the effect's supposed to work so that its head shows up in the Hatbox. But instead, it was their friend's head, and like the girl just screams, and they're like running from room to room, but at the corner of their eye, they just see the Hatbox Ghost, and then they finally find their way out. And as they exit the mansion, one of them throws up, and they look around, and there's just cops everywhere, and they're like, "What happened? Do they know what happened?" But it turns out it's in the Tom Sawyer Island or something. One of their other fellow students snuck alcohol into the park, and of course they got drunk, they did something stupid, they drowned in the lake.
Fun times.
Yeah, great times. So from there they say it was assumed that our friend went missing, that he was probably one of those kids that drowned in the river, and they just never recovered his body or something.
Fun times.
Yeah, so it was tragic all around. He said he lost contact with that friend, and he was making the story because he's like, Sam, if you're out there, I still remember. Do you still remember? What the fuck? So that one was pretty fun to read. I probably didn't recall it as great as it was written. I mean, great. Fanfic, great. Yeah, some fanfics.
Heather.
Yeah.
Well, what's the title of the story?
I can't remember the story. It's the creepypasta that has to do with the Hatbox Ghost, so that should narrow it down. Because I don't think there's very many.
I wouldn't think.
It was the most notable one.
Heather.
Yes.
Now we're talking about horror concepts. After a stream, I have to introduce you to the concept of the back rooms.
What's that?
It's this whole fictitious online concept. I actually don't know if it's related to SCP, but they're like somewhat similar in a way, but like also not. But basically, the best way I can explain it, first it started off on 4chan, as things do, and it was specifically on the paranormal board, and this poster posted a picture of what appeared to be like just one of these back storage rooms or like brand new office complex rooms. It had yellow ceiling, yellow carpeting. It just looked like really ugly and awful. And for a good amount of people that unsettles them. And basically, that picture spawned a whole big lore around something called the back rooms, which is basically, if you're not careful, this is how it goes. If you're not careful and you no clip out of reality, you end up in the backrooms, which is a place like that, except it's endless, and there are apparently levels and creatures and stuff, and like scary things, and it's a lot more expansive. There's just it's this one like fictitious concept, and it's all community driven, and it kind of fascinates me. I've been reading a lot of pages on its wiki. And I want to introduce you to it. It's a really interesting concept.
If it's like that kind of thing, because it sounds similar to SCP if it's not a part of that universe, so I could easily get into it, because I was super into SCPs for like when Ronnie introduced me to them, because I feel like I had heard of them, but like I hadn't really delved into it, but like he showed me some videos, and gosh, like I especially like some of the videos people come out about it, and how there's like some stories regarding them. Like my two favorites, like my absolute favorite has to be the House of the Worm.
Oh
like,
god, that one gives me nightmares.
Yeah, it is so nightmarish, that one. Like, I don't even think I could recall that story with justice. Go look up the SCP House of the Worm and listen to, like, the entire thing about that, because that is an interesting story. And I also like the one where it kind of had these wraiths that were, like, centaurs, but, like, centaurs that were, like, you had the horse, and you even had the horse head, but, like, it was like a rider on the back, but, like, his waist right here would meet into the horse.
Huh.
It was weird, but like the stories around it were pretty freaking spooky, because there's just no escaping it. Like, you can try, but like, yeah, the people who would encounter it would be like people, like military people on missions in Iraq, and like it's an abandoned city or something like that, and that's when it would come out and get you. Spooky, scary.
Spooky, scary skeletons riding on rainbows.
Yeah, let's ride on rainbows for a little bit. We're getting too scared. It's night out, guys.
Oh my god.
We live in a creepy apartment building where we have inexplicable leaking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, there, I found it. The one you just described, Heather. SCP-3456, the Orcadian Horseman.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, those things are freaking scary too. Anything out of the SCP is scary. Like one of the ones I like that isn't scary is the butler. Like there's a silver bell, and if you ring it, this butler guy will appear out of nowhere, and he'll do anything you ask him to. But like, I mean, there's limits to what he can do, but he could basically do anything. Like you'll ask him, hey, get me a bar that's made out of 100% gold, and then he'll disappear a minute, come back, and he'll be like, sorry, I can only find 99.7% gold. Is that good? And you're just like, shit, yeah, okay. This guy will do anything you ask him, from like doing your laundry to straight up killing a man.
Nice.
He can die, he's been shot and dies, but like if you ring the bell again, he comes back.
Handy.
Yeah, and he can't explain how he does it. He's just like, yeah, I'm British and I'm a butler and whatever, what do you want to do? I like that one, because I would just want that. I would be a cool one too. I'd be like, ring, can you just do the laundry for me? Thanks, you're sweet.
There's one. It's like an endless toilet paper roll,
That's
and
just
contain it. They contain it by just having it in the bathroom, and somebody has to go use it twice a day. Otherwise, it becomes radioactive. But it just never runs out.
That just sounds like a great invention.
I'm pretty sure that would be invention that would not pass through if it becomes radioactive
No,
at any point.
that sounds
Well,
like
yeah, that's probably why
sounds
it's
like a
not something
terrible
that's
idea
spread,
for
but
an
like,
invention.
that sounds great. There was one where there's like the interdimensional traveler, and of course I feel like this concept has been done before, but it's like a guy who can hop between dimensions, but he has no control over it whatsoever. And like the organization who keeps track of this stuff will just keep like a note on the guy, and he'll pop back into this layer of existence there, and they're gonna be like, hey, where'd you go? And he guy's like, whoa, I went to this plant world where there was nothing but plants, and I was there for days, and I got hungry, so I tried to eat a plant, and all I heard was their screaming.
Fun times.
Oh yeah, so he goes to creepy places like that, and other times he just goes to places where, like, I don't know, they don't have chocolate, so when he comes back he goes like, guys, do you have some chocolate pudding you give me, because I'm just dying. And there was some that are sad, like he goes to a universe where just, like, there's no hope, everyone's dead or dying around him, and he comes back, and, like, the only thing he asked for from the organization was, like, can I have a hug? And someone gave him a hug.
Aww.
I'm like, oh, poor guy.
Yep.
It's
There's a lot of interesting ones.
It's something got so quiet for a moment. So I guess.
What?
Gotta hydrate.
How's your progress coming along, Heather? You think we can get the head done?
Maybe.
Looks like it is almost done. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I'm almost at my, I got 10 stitches rounds. I gotta do 2 more, and then we'll start closing the pupper up. Just gonna have another big old head. I realized that even though we, like, where we're doing Rainbow Dash, we may have had the reference right here where we're sitting on, but she was also right there.
Yeah, that is true.
I just have a book where I also take down patterns for crochet that I made up myself, and I just put them in this book.
You got a shit ton more Twilight around you, though. You got on here, and then on there, and then on there.
So many Twilights.
So many Twilights.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I have posters of her. I have a poster of Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy over there, but that's only because it's Revolutionary Girl.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work.
Revolutionary Girl Rainbow Dash.
Love it. Power of friendship, am I right?
Friendship with benefits.
You don't have to call it that. It's fine. You're always benefiting from friendship if you think about it.
True, but there are certain benefits that you don't typically get from friends.
A nice, sensual hug.
I mean, I don't know what you get out of those hugs, but...
It's a reason I don't give mine around sparingly.
Okay. Mine aren't usually sensual. But then it's usually up to the guy to make them sensual, right?
That's true. You know, sensual doesn't have to explicitly mean sexual.
True.
I gave Arya a hug, softest woman I've ever hugged ever.
Mm.
I was just like, whoa, it's like I'm hugging a cloud pillow. I had a Rainbow Dash cloud pillow that I think my mom has still. Because, like, I was thinking that. It's like, as I was hugging, I'm like, it's like I'm hugging that pillow again.
Bigorna says, well, it's the moment to remind everyone that the apple horse is in fact the best horse, and no differing opinion shall be accepted.
Agreed.
I actually have Apple
Agreed.
Horse as a plushie, but I dressed her up as Han Solo.
Yeah, why did you do that?
That's awesome.
It made sense to me.
She would be Han Solo, let's be honest.
You know something though, I guess I can't complain because you took the best pony and dressed her up as the best Star Wars character.
Basically.
So good job.
General Grievous is the best character.
Sure,
General
everybody wasn't in the
Grievous.
original trilogy.
General
Oh,
Grievous
sure,
is
but
a
that doesn't mean he's
literal
not the
hack.
best.
Fair enough.
General Grievous was the best. He's so freaking cool.
The dude had 4 lightsabers and could move at supersonic speed and couldn't handle one Jedi.
But
To
it
be
was
fair,
Obi-Wan.
it was Obi-Wan.
It was Obi-Wan
and he
Kenobi.
is the best
Let's put
Jedi.
Let's put some reasonable expectations here.
And then he cheated and used a gun.
And then scoffed at it being uncivilized.
I mean, it's kind of General Grievous's fault for just leaving that gun there.
It's General Grievous' fault for challenging Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's sort of the thing.
I never said he was smart. In fact, his military career mostly consists of him being an idiot, but I love him.
And then he's so lame in the 3D Clone Wars cartoon. All he does
Okay.
is run away.
Maybe, because that's kind of the smartest thing you can do in that situation when you've been an idiot and you're losing.
I mean, it's true.
I love that guy. He's so cool in so many ways. His one downfall is him being a massive idiot. It's like, why did you give him this job?
Stupid.
I was expecting the Clone Wars from the 2D animated shorts.
Dude, that
Grievous,
General
the one that was
Grievous...
actually a good fighter and competent and cool to watch.
Nah, he was way too overpowered. I see why they kind of dragged that along, because he was too good. That guy, like, fought a Jedi with 4 arms, and then he caught a lightsaber with his damn foot, and then kicked his ass. And I'm just like, you can't bring that guy in, because then how did the Separatists lose if you have that?
She makes a good point.
You had to make him stupid. I don't see any other way. You keep the cool stuff, but he doesn't win.
I prefer to have smart, powerful villains and then have my protagonists figure them out, right? Like, I want the challenge there. Like, I don't want anybody to be stupid in my stories. I don't like stories about stupid people. I like stories about cleverness and strategy.
I think I like it when they're stupid about some things but smart about others, you know?
Like, General Grievous is smart about lightsaber combat. He's not so smart with battle strategy.
Right. Like, you get... Because I don't like people who are, too perfect, even mentally. You know, I prefer when it's like, you know, this person knows a lot of book smarts but isn't all that great on the social smarts. And then you got someone who's got the social smarts and not so great on the book smarts. And what I love about those collaborations, too, is when something comes up and the one who's usually not the smart one because it's not book smart is actually like chimes in with, well, obviously this. It's like, what do you mean obviously this? It's like, oh, you didn't know that this thing is this? You know, it was like it was obvious to that one person but not to the other characters. Those are usually the intelligence dynamics I like.
I was it does work in what you're talking about. If somebody, like, it is very powerful, possible to have just a straight overpowered villain, and that gets to be a problem. Like, back in the day, when I used to be a Dragon Ball Z fan, I was a huge, like, Broly nerd. Like, I just loved Broly.
And like, I don't know why I thought he was so cool, but I still kind of do. But he was in the movie when his first movie, he was just overpowered and nobody stood a chance. And then all of a sudden, Goku punches him and he explodes, and it made absolutely no sense. Like, you know, what stopped him from doing that for the rest of the film? Wasn't until I watched the subtitled version of the movie that it turned out it made sense, because they changed a bunch of lines when they translated it to English. Thank you, Funimation. So basically what had happened was Broly had a Hulk thing going on where the angrier he got, the more powerful he got. But that was what was swelling up his body and making him so big. And basically then but they said that, they explained that in the subtitled version, where they talked about his power literally overflowing and him going crazy and just spilling out. So they popped him like a balloon is what essentially happened. He was an overfilled balloon and they poked him. Which makes sense, but in the English dub he's just like way overpowered, and then suddenly he's dead and doesn't make any sense. Because that's all you can do when you overpower your villains like that, is just you break yourself into a corner and then your ending sucks.
So sub over dub, people.
Did they
Basically.
rework Broly's whole story and his character?
He showed up recently in the Dragon Ball Z Super movie, and I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what they did, but yeah, he's essentially a different character now. He's even a different character in the game. Like, they've got in Dragon Ball FighterZ, they've got two different versions of Broly. The one from the original movie back from the early 2000s, and the one that appeared recently in Super. And they play very differently too. Like, original Broly is very rushed down with, and stop me if you don't understand any of these terms. These are fighting game terms. He's a rush down with very high guard. So it's a very difficult thing to fight against. And then the new version of Broly is more like a grappler. So he's a bit more tactical, but still has a lot of guard. So yeah, that can be pretty difficult to fight against too.
So basically, different but same.
Yeah, sort of. Also, original Broly is about a quarter, like 1/4 larger than Super Broly.
I mean, I feel like oh no, I don't need to. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, his head seems really long, but like, I'm doing it by the pattern.
Okay.
So it must just be my imagination.
Fair enough.
I
You
prefer
miscounted,
his
you
character was
miscounted
spacey.
the stitches, Heather.
I did count.
She's good at counting the stitches.
I am a good counter.
Honey Drop, people who dab in my chat are likely to get kicked.
But this isn't the chat now, is it?
Do not dab in my chat.
Do it.
I'm
I-
dabbing right now.
Everybody post the dabs now.
Everybody
Every
I
dabs.
want everyone to post in chat the dabs, please.
I am
let's see here.
Santa Claus, a rebel with a cause.
Bronny, play more
Heather, no, stop doing that.
I am Santa Claus, a rebel with a cause. That's the only part of the song I remember. Get ready for
Play
a
more
fright.
combat.
Happy Merry Christmas night. I don't know. Something you it was great.
It was terrible.
Tomorrow.
It was fun to watch. I'm like, I'm just
Ronnie,
like, oh my god,
Ronnie,
it's stabbing!
Hey, I'm with a woo.
Ronnie, you gotta kick Honey Drop now.
Yep, yes I do. Sorry, Honey Drop. It was good knowing you. Bigorna says the best character in Star Wars is Samuel L. Jackson because his lightsaber is purple.
Truth. That's a good argument right there. It's
I
great.
got so hyped when I saw the lightsaber because it was the closest thing that the movies had come to having pink. I was like, ah.
He was like one of the most powerful ones. I wonder how he felt doing that. He's a great actor.
He's a
Samuel L.
fantastic
Jackson.
actor. Oh my god.
Yeah, you see him in Pulp Fiction. You see him as a freaking Jedi, and then like, have you seen what was that one movie he was in where he was an evil genius? I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like there was some.
Oh yeah, he was
The
the
British
the
people.
Glass Man, and I can't remember the name of that movie either, but I know exactly what
No,
you're
no, no.
talking about.
I know.
Unbreakable
Listen,
and Glass.
Yeah, Unbreakable.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, and there was another one where I'm thinking about with the British people, and the pug was in there.
The pug?
A pug.
Kingsman.
Well, not the pug from Men in Black. Don't think about that one.
Okay.
There's another one that had another kid.
Kingsman.
Two?
Kingsman!
Oh.
Kingsman!
Yes.
Oh god, I did not like the Kingsman movies. Also, real quick, Heather, I'm gonna say it.
Last 10 minutes of the stream. Any last minute comments, questions, or concerns, please say them now. Forever hold your silence until the
Dang
next
it,
stream.
Heather, you stole my line!
It's
No,
my
it's her
line,
line.
you whore!
Ronnie,
Next time I seem to punch him really
wait,
hard.
Ronnie,
Okay.
Ronnie,
What, Brandon?
when you said you were gonna say it, I thought he was like, oh no, he better not say the N-word.
That's always a joke. Someone always wants to say, I'm gonna say the N-word. Nipples! There, I said it. Now everyone can say it.
Nigeria.
Oh jeez, you know what? We all need to just get a big group of diverse people together and watch the movies, Blazing Saddles, and then we need to watch the College Humor skit Spelling Bee, and now everybody just has a pass to use whatever racial slur they want in any context they want, and the world
Yay.
will be at peace.
I'm
You know
down.
my favorite,
Dude.
like, this is making me think of Key and Peele for some reason, and I gotta show this to you, is that,
Oh yeah, I know which one.
when Key and Peele dressed up as two church ladies, and they're talking like two
Church ladies, as in
old ladies that
nuns?
go to church.
Okay.
Old ladies that go to church.
Gotcha.
And so they were talking about like how their lives were going. They go like, my husband, my daughter, she caught her husband watching the pornography, and it's like, I am a good Christian woman, but I swear, if that devil don't let him go, I'm gonna. And they just describe all the violent things they're gonna do to the devil, and they just go out there and like, oh, with my prayers, with my
Right,
prayers.
with prayers, yes.
I love it. I love it so much. It's so, and it was terrible that they were saying.
Good gracious.
I love it. I gotta show it to you.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna spoil the ending because the ending is just freaking ridiculous. Oh man.
What I didn't know was the guy, I forget who's Key and who's Peele, but one of those dudes voiced the character Marshmallow in Bob's Burgers.
I wish I could be on a cartoon show as a voice actor.
Me too. That'd be fun.
You're on your own show as a voice actor.
It's not the same. I want to see it come to life. I can't animate.
Honeydrop says, Heather, the horse monster you were talking about was the cleric monster Nuka Levy.
What?
It's creepy. Nuka Levy. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it either.
I thought it was pronounced Knuckly, but I don't know. I don't know what that
That
is.
sounds to me like they were like ghost warriors that were on horseback, but then they died, but they come back as ghosts and just kill people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Bigorna says, I don't know, I watched Tropic Thunder some days ago, and it's one of the funniest movies that I've seen. That
Tropic
is-
Thunder was
I wanna say, I've never
hilarious.
seen it yet.
I loved it.
Yeah, Jack
Tropic
Bracken. Where
Thunder
can
is
you go
another
wrong?
one of those movies that'll give you a pass to use racial slurs.
And Ben Stiller.
I have to watch that movie because I heard it's hilarious and it's great.
I remember
I
seeing
know.
it, and that was the first time I'd seen Robert Downey Jr.
Holy fatality.
Really?
I
was
know the parts.
I barely remember seeing
who
the
I
movie.
am.
When was it?
Good question. Tropic Thunder. It may have been before you were born. Let me see.
Really?
No, I'm exaggerating.
Nah, like I think I saw it when it came out in theaters.
2008.
Tropic Thunder was from
2008.
2005,
The year
I think.
before I started high school.
2008 says Google Brony.
Okay.
So then you technically would have been too young to see it.
But I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
People did not parent me well.
I don't even remember. What was Robert Downey Jr. in that film?
He was the guy that was also a gay monk in the preview,
Oh, right.
and then he was black.
Right. Oh, right. I didn't. Oh, for some reason I didn't know that was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, no, he just straight up did blackface for that movie, and it was amazing.
Yes, but that was part of the joke, though. And then it wasn't. Well, I mean, yes, he did blackface for the film, but within the
movie
canon of the film, he actually had surgery to change the pigment of his skin and like his bone structure and stuff to match the role he was playing in the film. It's nuts.
Jeez.
You went full retard. Never go
full retard. Yeah.
I'm the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. You don't know which dude you are.
That's why I want to watch the movie. It's that line right there.
Alright, I finished all those rounds, and now we can go into the decreasing stitches. So crocheting 6 and then decrease. Yep. We're making progress today. Now I have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Because I gotta count 6.
Hey Heather,
Stop
I'm
being
gonna say it.
distracted.
Heather, I'm gonna say it.
Last 5 minutes of the stream, last 5 minutes of the stream.
Stop
Last
stepping
minute.
on my
Comments,
line,
questions,
woman.
or
Well,
concerns.
Ronnie,
Be quick,
you
Ronnie.
can't blame Heather for making it obvious about what you're gonna say. Just say it, you massive.
Or conversely, respect the fact that it's her stream and not yours. You want to do your stream, do your stream. This is her stream. Let her have her time.
It's not a big deal, but it's funny. It's funny. So yeah,
just
any last
saying-
minute comments,
I'm just
questions, or
saying.
concerns? Let's just get them out
Ronnie.
now before we're done.
I'm just saying, Ronnie, you're super transparent right now.
I'm gonna say it. Say it. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, that's not
Alright,
helpful.
you freaking would.
You know,
That's accurate.
whatever. The stream's not monetized anyway.
No money.
When it's not monetized, you could say whatever you want in stream, like America. I don't know.
How dare you?
Oh, how about this
Huh?
one? Trump did nothing wrong.
America.
Greatest president the country I've ever seen. Fight me.
You've activated my Trump card.
Oh no!
No, I gotta tell you guys this story. I was playing Magic the Gathering with my friend one time, and he's like, I need to test out my new Commander deck, right? So Commander is a format of Magic the Gathering where your deck has exactly 99 cards, none of them are repeats.
Unless they're land.
And I'm like, and all he would tell me was that it was a red, white, and blue deck. And I'm like, okay, here we go. So I get one of my decks, and he pulls out his Commander, and it's literally Donald Trump. Like the Commander is Donald Trump, and it's like,
Ow.
and it's like pay. The effect is pay 2 mana, generate 2 wall creature tokens, right? And then the
What?
whole deck.
What? It was the whole deck a political joke?
It was. The whole deck was just cards that generated wall tokens.
He went to so much effort for this joke. It's a commander deck. That's 99 cards. He had to think about
Cards
this.
that
He
they
had
all
to plan
build
it.
walls. And he's just sitting there,
No
and
one's
every
even
single
talked about
time
a
he
wall in
played one
such
of
a long
those cards,
time.
his turns would take like 10 minutes. He would play one of these cards and then just keep playing more of these cards out of his hand because of like chain reaction effects he would get, and he would just sit there going, I'm building a wall.
And you're paying
building
for
a
it.
wall, and you're gonna pay for it.
What is this game? I want this game.
Bigorna
It's Magic
It's
the
Magic
Gathering.
the
Oh
Gathering.
my god. Yes.
Bigorna says, without monetization, you could say stuff like Hulk Hogan for president without any consequences.
Why would that have any consequences? He's not actually going for president. Or
I
did he?
mean, Hulk Hogan
Probably.
is the lowest fruit to pick. You need to go for like the high, like you need to go to the top of the tree that's not supposed to be touched, especially even if this is an unmonetized stream.
Oh, last minute of the stream, folks.
Like, no, I'm not.
Any comments, questions, or concerns, say them now or forever hold your peace until
It's
next
the
week's
next
stream.
You guys are adorable. You know that?
Put little bows on 'em.
All right, guys. Let's say goodbye in alphabetical order. Let me see now because we have a lot of people here. Brandon, you first.
Oh, good night.
Bronny,
Good night.
Coon,
Like and subscribe. Good night.
Louie.
I'm going now.
Buenos noches.
Oh, that was sensual.
Oh my.
Oh, sweetie.
Heather, did you just
And then
sweetie
good.
say good night?
She did. She waved. So, good night, everybody. Thank you for showing up. This was a very lively stream. I'm glad we had the whole gang here. We had Louie, we had Sweetie, we had Coon, we had Brandon, we had Bronny. It's almost too full, and the connection actually wasn't bad.
It wasn't all that
It
bad.
wasn't all
Louis
that
was
bad.
a little choppy, but it wasn't all that bad.
There's maybe some delays, but yeah, that went very well. I had a great time, and I hope you had a great time. If you had a good enough time and you feel like contributing to the stream, my Patreon is in the description. Let's take a time and give a hand to my 2 patrons at the moment. We have Emerald Spencer and DJ Skywalker. Thanks to those guys, I get money. A little bit of money, but it's good money. If you feel like being a Patreon, of course, go down into the description. There is a link to my Patreon. You can get various benefits, like at the $10 tier, you can be in my Discord server, where I am, and also the other patrons are. Yeah! And if you pay like around $2, you can get a kazoo cover. That's something. If you are familiar with my first kazoo cover that's on my channel, expect something like that. It's pretty cool. And also, if you feel like just throwing me $1 to get me to shut up, you can go ahead and click the PayPal link in the description below. Yeah, do that. That's fun. That's all the stuff you can do. And with that, that's the end of the stream, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Jesus.